Well, it was very profound. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
Yeah. Now, so they go up there and they float for like 10 minutes.
In what is quickly spiraling into a public relations catastrophe, pop icon Katy Perry is facing widespread backlash following her recent spaceflight, with critics arguing that the move further cements her status as an out-of-touch celebrity. The controversy has reached fever pitch, with commentators like Joe Rogan and Martha Stewart publicly ridiculing Perry's attempt at cosmic enlightenment.
Did Musk rescue her?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Where's that in the news?
What began as a seemingly harmless promotional stunt has morphed into a viral takedown of celebrity excess and tone-deaf activism, sparking serious discussions among PR professionals about the potential long-term damage to Perry's career. The singer's decision to frame her brief trip beyond the Kármán line as a spiritual awakening has not landed well with audiences who are increasingly critical of celebrity privilege, and the internet has responded with a tidal wave of memes, jokes, and scathing commentary that shows no sign of slowing down. Joe Rogan, alongside fellow comedian Tim Dillon, ignited the firestorm during a podcast episode where they sarcastically dissected Perry's space voyage and her newfound identity as a guru. With deadpan delivery, Rogan questioned the scientific merit of Perry's trip and mocked the significance of her findings. Most notably, her musings about a daisy flower surviving space. The tone was clear. What was billed as a profound moment of female empowerment was, in their eyes, a hollow spectacle. This mockery quickly went viral, sparking thousands of reposts and reaction videos, all echoing the sentiment that Perry's space journey lacked any real purpose or depth. Instead of inspiring awe, the singer became the butt of the internet's collective joke, with viewers portraying her as a parody of performative activism, using her fame and fortune to chase meaningless symbolism while real societal issues remain unaddressed. The backlash escalated when clips of Perry's post-flight interviews began circulating, especially one where she declared, "We weren't taking space, we were making space." Intended as a poetic reflection, the phrase was widely mocked for its pretentious tone and perceived lack of substance. Critics accused Perry of lacking self-awareness and using pseudo-philosophical jargon to mask what was essentially a promotional stunt. The statement became a viral meme almost instantly, symbolizing the disconnect between celebrities and the public. While Perry may have aimed to position herself as a forward-thinking influencer, her words painted her as someone more interested in optics than authenticity. In a world increasingly skeptical of celebrity intentions, her attempt at profundity only amplified public skepticism and made her a target for ridicule, with many questioning whether she even understood the implications of her actions or the backlash they would provoke. PR experts swiftly entered the conversation, with several warning that Perry's reputation is on the brink of collapse. Described as a PR pyromaniac, Perry is now seen as a case study in how not to manage a public image. Her partnership with controversial producer Dr. Luke, despite allegations made by fellow artist Keisha, had already drawn criticism. And while Perry has not been directly implicated in wrongdoing, her decision to continue working with Dr. Luke against the backdrop of a broader industry reckoning has resurfaced in the wake of her latest misstep. Experts are calling this the culmination of years of bad optics and poor choices, stating that if Perry doesn't take immediate corrective action, irreparable damage to her brand. One specialist even suggested that Perry should take a 1-year hiatus, not as punishment, but as a necessary retreat to rebuild credibility and allow the public to forget the embarrassment she's currently enduring. As if things couldn't get worse, a woman with her own legacy of reinvention and relevance delivered what may be the most elegant yet devastating clapback of the entire saga, posting a photo from 2007 in which she experienced zero gravity aboard the G-Force One aircraft. Stewart subtly reminded the world that she had achieved the same effect without declaring herself an astronaut or demanding applause. The accompanying caption, lightly mocking but profoundly pointed, was hailed by fans as the drag we needed. Stewart's move highlighted the generational gap in how public figures handle their image. Where Perry seemed desperate for validation, Stewart exuded confidence, restraint, and a self-awareness that only intensified the sting. The comparison painted Perry as a novice in the game of public perception, fumbling her way through a moment that required finesse and humility, not space-age soundbites and Instagram aesthetics. Meanwhile, another twist emerged when it was revealed that Elon Musk's space SpaceX played a role in the logistics of Perry's trip, adding yet another layer of controversy. While Musk's involvement lent an air of legitimacy to the mission, it also stirred debate over the ethical implications of private space tourism. Many pointed out the stark difference between Perry's brief, glamorized float above Earth and the rigorous path real astronauts endure: years of training, military service, and technical education. Critics asked a pointed question: did she actually go to space? The answer, technically yes, but symbolically no. The juxtaposition of Perry's flight with actual astronaut endeavors made her experience feel more like cosplay than accomplishment. As news outlets dissected every detail, what should have been a feel-good story of space exploration turned into a referendum on celebrity excess and scientific gatekeeping. The backlash took a sharper ideological turn when actress Jessica Chastain shared a Guardian article slamming Perry's space escapade as a defeat for modern feminism. The article accused Perry of promoting a childlike, girlish version of empowerment that relies more on glam and spectacle than substance. Many echoed this sentiment, pointing to her glittery nails and designer outfit as emblematic of a larger issue: the commercialization of activism. In trying to project strength and independence, Perry inadvertently reignited debates about what real empowerment looks like and who gets to define it. The criticism wasn't just about her trip, it was about the shallow branding of movements meant to represent deeper, more inclusive struggles. Chastain's post went viral, amplifying voices who believe Perry has become a symbol of everything performative about mainstream feminism. Environmental hypocrisy added fuel to the fire. Perry, a self-proclaimed climate advocate, used enormous amounts of jet fuel to reach the edge of space, sparking cries of greenwashing. Viewers quickly contrasted her message of environmental protection with the carbon-intensive nature of her trip, accusing her of preaching one thing while doing the opposite. Memes showing Perry saving the planet from the comfort of a luxury rocket went viral, framing her as a climate-conscious hypocrite more interested in optics than outcomes. For a public already skeptical of celebrity activism, this was the final straw. The cognitive dissonance between her words and actions obliterated any remaining goodwill, and audiences started questioning whether any celebrity truly believes in the causes they claim to champion, or if it's all just another marketing strategy in disguise. Perhaps the most damaging element in this unraveling saga is the growing consensus that Perry represents a new breed of celebrity elitism, one that is utterly disconnected from reality. Her quote, "We're all in this together," delivered post-flight, rang especially hollow. The public saw it for what it was: a billionaire's wife cosplaying unity from the comfort of a luxury capsule. The backlash wasn't just about Katy anymore, it was about the illusion of solidarity in an era where wealth disparity has never been more glaring. Regular people struggling with inflation, job insecurity, and climate disasters aren't likely to empathize with a pop star claiming intergalactic unity while orbiting Earth in $1 million rocket. Perry's statement, meant to unify, instead alienated. It became a symbol of the chasm between the elite and the everyday person, and it painted Perry not just as out of touch, but out of reach. And finally, we arrive at the real tragedy of this entire episode. Katy Perry, once a beloved pop icon known for her catchy hits and quirky charm, is now being remembered less for her music and more for her missteps. She's become a meme, a walking contradiction, and a case study in how fast fame can curdle when paired with poor judgment. PR advisors are reportedly urging her to take a long break from the spotlight, calling it a gift from the universe. But whether or not Perry heeds this advice remains to be seen. What's clear is that she went looking for perspective in space and lost her footing here on Earth. In a desperate bid to remain relevant, she may have instead permanently cemented her status as a cautionary tale in celebrity overreach. From Twitter threads to YouTube roasts, her legacy is being rewritten in real time, not by critics, but by the public she once inspired.